Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So I guess, hi, welcome. I am doing some Rails development today. We'll see how well that goes. I have probably about a solid 40 minutes that I'm going to be doing this for, and then I've got to head out for a meeting. So if anyone wants to stop by and ask questions, go ahead. Okay, cool. But yeah, most of my dev work is in Rails. I do a lot of Rails development. Not like the most experienced with it. I've only been using it for a solid 6 months and did like one project before that. So I am not the most qualified person to answer every question. Also kind of dumb. But anyway, we're doing this thing at Crimson Hatch. Oh, shit. Let me bring my mouse back over. I have a second display set up. We're doing this thing at Crimson Hatch where we're teaching a ton, about 4 or 5 different people, Rails from scratch. We're going to have them go through the Rails tutorial and stuff like that. The problem is Rails scaffolding is kind of a little bit ugly. So I'm building out some custom scaffolding templates. And a thing we're also going to be using Docker to make it easier for them to install Postgres and Redis, because we're kind of going to need those if we ever need Sidekick or something like that, and active job support. So I need to do something with Postgres. Ooh, I can't show that. I should not be showing that. I need the Docker compose file from in here, and that's all I need. This right here. That's not even the updated one. Wow. Yeah, I'm just stealing a Docker compose file for Postgres and Redis from one of the projects I've worked on. So I guess the first thing I need to do is I need to actually create a new project for this. So let's just... Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. That's so dumb of me. I reset Ubuntu on my WSL setup, so now I'm going to have to reinstall Rails because I needed to create a YouTube video to explain how to install Rails on Windows and Ubuntu and Mac OS. And I could knock out 2 of those if I just had them use WSL for everything. It's easier to install Arbend on there or something. So looks like I'm going to be using my PowerShell setup I have set up, I think. Wow, I'll just put this on my second screen and let that install for a while. Maybe my computer will run a little bit faster. Documents. Wait, I always forget that you're supposed to use // with PowerShell. That's disgusting. Let's make a directory. Do I already have a Crimson Hatch? No. Okay. I don't know why I do that. What version of Rails am I running? I am not running any version of Rails. Wow, love that. Do I have Ruby installed at least on here? Please, I'm really, really hoping that I do. I think by the amount of time it's taking, I probably do. Ruby on Windows is really, really slow. Faster Ruby on Windows is possible. When I mean it's slow, I mean it's like really, really slow. That should not be taking that long. IRB, let's try launching an IRB session. Okay, that was better. That was much, much better. So I may have them install on PowerShell just because it might be a little bit easier. I think the issue I had with running Ruby on PowerShell was that some of the packages or some of the gems, sorry, are Unix only, which can lead to some really non-consistent results, which is kind of something you want to make sure you have for newer people. So I don't know. Let's maybe do I have gem? Yeah, I do. Okay. No. Gem. We're going to be using Rails 6 also because it has Webpacker support, which is incredibly important for there we go. Oh shit. What version of Ruby do I have installed? 2.6.3. Awesome. We're good. Okay. Also, installing everything with Choco or Chocolatey, I forget what it's called, on Windows is actually really, really cool. I like it much better than I like, what's it called? Homebrew. Love it. Okay. We want PowerShell, and we just want, there went my window. We want to use this gem command, gem install rails -v 6.0.0 .rc1. I wonder if, I think I disabled Windows Defender a little while back, and that, I think that sped up my files system stuff a little bit. Because my Yarn installs have been like crazy fast lately. Yeah, it was this real-time protection stuff. So with the Surface devices, you get Windows Pro. And so Windows Pro, you can use like the group policy editor to disable real-time protection, which is, it adds like quite a lot of weight to file system calls and just makes everything so much slower. And yeah, this is already much, much, much better. Please run RIDK install. Oh boy, we're debugging something already. This too could not be found. Please run RIDK install Ruby installer. This isn't a Ruby installer error, I don't think. Was trying to run. What was it trying to? Okay. MSys. Okay. Can be installed on fat partitions. What is it? It's a building platform, independent rewrite of MSys based on modern. Ooh, I don't know if I want to install that. Wow. That's annoying. What's the progress on my Ubuntu stuff? Oh, I can enter a Unix username now. So maybe this might be the stream that I point people to for installing Rails. Actually, that would be really, really good. Okay. Oh, that means I also don't like have my Docker stuff set up for it to use the. So Docker is annoying on Windows because it runs a Linux VM and then it puts each of your containers in there, which leads to slower performance-ish. much slower performance. Because I don't know why. You would think that Hyper-V, just it runs on top of Hyper-V on Windows Pro stuff, but it for whatever reason doesn't do that. Anyway, so one of the annoying things with WSL is you don't have native Docker support, because I think Docker relies on some Linux something that doesn't work in WSL for whatever reason. WSL2 fixes this because WSL2 is a Linux VM. However, it is not. However, it is on the. In order to get it, you have to use Windows Insider, or you have to be on the fast strain of Windows Insider right now, because they're wanting to release it in 2020 Q1, which is quite a long time away. So the only solution for right now is to run this. Do I even have it installed? I'm pretty sure I have. Wow, I may have uninstalled it. That is not good. Add or remove programs. Let me see if it's in here. Please have Docker stuff in here. Oh my God. Okay, apparently I don't have it installed. Wonderful. Love that. Okay, so yeah, this will be, this is actually really, really great. If I can do this in under 30 minutes, then I can point all of my developers to this stream and they can just follow along. Okay, cool. So, also the Dart theme makes this look really, really good. Actually, let's open up the terminal beta. Windows terminal preview, because that will just work better. Oh, that is gorgeous. Look at that. Wow. Okay. So, also, have I said how much I love my Surface Book? The displays on these are calibrated so well. So when you have this like pure black right here on this, on that side, I forget my camera is mirrored. It looks like actually like pure black, like almost like an OLED. It's very, very good. Absolutely the most gorgeous display I've used on any product ever. Okay, so install Rails 6. Yeah, there we go. Ruby 2.6. I specifically want 2.6.3. Okay. Yeah, I think I've done this before. Literally all this is going to be is copy pasting commands. So yeah, we're going to format this as a tutorial, and then I can just like edit it slightly later, and then use that. Okay, so to install Rails 6, which is what you need in order to Crimson Hatch developers, in order to work on our projects, you're going to need Rails 6 installed. You're going to need Docker, and I don't think you need Node. However, if you do, I can go through that too. So what we're going to do to start is we're going to install Ruby on Ubuntu. You're going to need WSL setup, and then you're going to need to install Ubuntu. So you can Google how to set up WSL. It should not be too hard. Reach out to me if it is. And then once you do that, you just go to the store and you search for. Wow, is the back of my computer really hot? Ooh, I think this may be using the integrated graphics chip, which may not be good. Memory, GPU engine, power usage, very, very high. Oh boy, love that. It's using the integrated GPU, which is throttling the CPU, which is slowing everything down. Man, I'm gonna have to restart my computer before I do anything actually serious on this. Okay, that's why everything has been running pretty slowly. Anyway, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to install Ubuntu right here. I think this will install the, I forget which version of this installs, but if you install this one, we should all be using the same version. The install instructions should not be any different. So yeah. Once you install that, you can just launch it by typing Ubuntu. It's an entire Linux distro running on your computer, which is really, really cool. Then once you do that, it'll ask you to enter a username and like a password twice, enter something you'll remember, so that you can use like sudo stuff, and then you should be good. So one thing about WSL in Ubuntu is your actual hard drive is put in the folder /mnt/c. So I cd users /sam white. It's all of my stuff in there. I am like now on my hard drive. The WSL like hard drive is separate from the C hard drive, I guess, if that makes sense. It's mounting your C drive to this. Confusing. Anyway, once you do that, you're going to want to run you're going to want to run sudo apt update, and then enter the password you just made up. So what this will do is apt is the package manager for Ubuntu. Originally, it's called apt-get. Apt is just a more consistent API to call apt-get and like another function, another command that you would use. I forget the reasoning exactly why you use this. You call sudo just to make sure that permissions errors don't happen. Just do it. I don't know exactly why it happens. After that, you're going to want to run sudo apt install git, because we need to clone stuff. And then if you get this command right here where it says sudo apt auto remove, just run that. That means there's a package that you can safely remove, and it'll save you a little bit of disk space. So yeah. You'll also notice that file system performance on WSL Ubuntu is slower than actual Ubuntu. If your computer does not have good Linux kernel support, like my Surface Book 2 does not, you are going to want to use WSL, just because it's not worth having like install a custom kernel or something like that to get like a dual booted Ubuntu running on here. However, if it does, you can dual boot your computer into, I'd recommend I think, is it 19.04 or something like that? The Ubuntu 19 Disco Dingo. It's great. It's better than the 18 version, and it runs fantastically. Okay, cool. So after we run that, we're going to be just cd into your root directory, and we're going to run git clone https://github.com/rbenv/rbenv.git. And we're going to put that into our home directory, and then in the folder .rbenv. That's what that means. This little tilde beside this means your home directory. I can link some Unix tutorials in the comments so that you can watch those and get a little bit more familiar with how Unix works if you're coming from Windows or something like that. So when you press enter, you hopefully should have some Git experience before this. All that does is it just downloads the Git repo and sets up some stuff to make sure you can push and pull from it pretty easily. Next, we're literally just going to copy paste these commands right here. All this is doing is updating our path and telling, wow, okay, apparently in Windows Terminal, I cannot copy and paste stuff. what we're doing is we're updating our path, which will make it so we can use the commands that we just downloaded. And then we're also having it run this rbenv init thing, which will make sure we're using the right version of Ruby. If I haven't explained what rbenv or rbenv is, it's a Ruby version manager. We're installing a programming language called Ruby. And what rbenv does is it makes sure that you are using the right version of Ruby for, also I should probably check to make sure I'm not getting like comments or anything on this. I'm probably not. But what rbenv does is it checks to make sure or it makes sure that in whatever project you're working on, your Ruby version is the same as everybody else. That's all it does. And it also will help you install stuff a lot easier. Okay, cool. No comments. Awesome. I don't know, comment if you have questions or anything. I can help you out with stuff if you need it. Okay, so continuing. So what we're doing here is we're putting stuff into our bash RC. Basically what a bash RC is every time you open a shell like this is that thing runs and it will set up a bunch of variables and shit that make sure that you can, that your shell is the same each time from session to session. A little bit weird, but it's very useful for installing commands like rbenv, and it's also very useful for running them at the start. Okay, we're gonna run exec shell, which I assume is basically a way to reload your bash RC. Okay. Last, what we're doing is it looks like we're installing Ruby build. Okay, so rbenv manages versions. Ruby build installs them. I was a little bit incorrect about that. Forgot about that. But we're just going to be cloning that into that directory into our rbenv plugins directory. Cloning. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, last we're going to be installing Ruby 2.6.3. So you do this by running rbenv. I think you didn't run rbenv version. Rbenv versions to list. Install. Yeah, list installed. I think you can run rbenv install just to list. Rbenv install -l to list all Ruby versions. Also, wow, that's really, really much faster than it was before. Yeah, disable Windows Defender if you like don't go to a lot of creepy websites that download stuff. It's really, really great. Plus, GitHub will, or not Windows Defender, don't disable Windows Defender, disable real-time protection. Okay, so we're gonna run, we're gonna install 2.6.3, which is the version you need for Rails 6. And basically what it looks like it's going to do is it's going to download, install that, and then build it. So I assume it's gonna run some LLVM stuff and do some stuff with that. So that's fun. I don't know. I'm gonna check my Twitter while I'm doing nothing. I have one viewer. Wow. Hi. Say hello. I don't know. Is it me? I feel like it's me on another device. I don't know. Build failed. No acceptable C compiler. Ruby build, no acceptable C compiler found in path. So, okay, so you're also on this brand new Ubuntu thing, you're gonna need to run sudo apt install build, well, if I can get it, sudo apt install build essential, like that. We need a C compiler apparently because the Ruby interpreter is built in C. Hi Connor, thank you. Good to see you. It's like 5 p.m. my time. How are you just waking up? But also, like, I slept in until 3 today, so get that. I'm installing a C compiler. This must be like enthralling for you. Shoot. Okay, yeah. But we need a C compiler to install Ruby stuff. Crimson Hatch stuff. We're trying to get donuts for our first meeting tonight. It's 8 a.m. Go back to sleep. I don't know. 8 a.m. is too early. Ugh. It's literally like 5 p.m. I don't like that. That's so weird. Time zones are weird. I think Linus tweeted something about that last night, and I retweeted it. Run to Krispy Kreme to get some donuts. Oh yeah, we're trying to get donuts for our first Crimson Hacks meeting tonight, and I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know. I may run to Walmart or something in a minute, which means I may have to end my stream. Oh no, so sad. I'm becoming a Twitch streamer. It's amazing. Oh, and I didn't have to pay for gas today, which means I can use my gas money to pay for donuts. Budgeting. Okay. So this looks like it's going to take like quite a while. Also, make sure to people watching this in the future, make sure when you see one of these apt-get install commands, just remove the -get part, specifically when it's on apt-get install, because that will give you this nice, beautiful progress meter down here, and it is a little bit more consistent. Ooh, what if I just called Krispy Kreme? How many people do we have? We have like 20 people. We would need 4 dozen donuts. People wanted 2. Oh, a trolley. I don't know. I just use Huel for my dinners. That's not. Shoot. Let me check my Twitter. Okay, but yeah, super, super like boring. But yeah, wow, this stream kind of went south. Was this mostly supposed to be for people to like come by if they ever need to ask questions? And so far that has not happened. But that is fine with me, I guess. Ooh, wait, so I'm using this thing called StreamYard. And it's like a web browser-based streaming thing. It's actually pretty cool. So I can show and hide banners. It's really, really chill. Ooh, I can customize my brand. I can have a private chat too. I actually may consider starting a podcast because I have been bored lately and wanted to do that. Okay, cool. Now that we have a compiler, we can rerun that Ruby install command. Okay, cool. Looks like I am picking up donuts now. So I may be God, maybe having to put a pin in this and do that. I don't know. I may have to cancel this Ruby install. Oh no. How dare I? Okay, so yeah. Wow, thanks for coming for my 30-minute stream where I did literally nothing. I was supposed to be working on this Rails ramp up thing, which is we're going to be having them go through the Rails tutorial by Michael Hartle. Really, really, really great tutorial, by the way. But shoot. Oh, wow, they changed it. By tutorial or scroll down to learn more. Is it not free anymore? What the hell? My goal is to one day be awake at 7 a.m. just so I can say, damn, it's 7 a.m. Oh my God. Wow, why did he... That's so dumb. That's incredibly dumb. Honestly, I may just buy this and I don't know Michael Hartle personally, but like this was like a really, really, really good free resource that I could point people at if they ever wanted to learn Rails. However, I'm really disappointed that he started charging for it. I don't know. Maybe the sample pages will be enough. And maybe I can, I might reach out to him on Twitter and see if we can get some free copies for our staff here. But that's, wow, that's really unexpected. I mean, if he wants to, he should definitely be able to charge for it, but like, it's just, I don't know. I guess like inconvenient timing that I can't point, a whole bunch of broke college students to this and be like, hey, read this or whatever. Pricing starting at $40. Oh dear Lord. It looks like he added some stuff too, I think, which is good. $40 a month? Oh my Lord, that's really, really bad. Wow. Wow, I may have to write my own tutorial. Or find another one. I don't know. Because this was like the single best resource out there. I guess it's really smart of him to start charging for it. Maybe the 874 pages of book content. Wow, I guess he did add on a lot. Oh man, that's just wow. Okay, well, I am. Wait, let me check my task manager. Let me check my performance right now. Just my computer is running really, really sluggishly right now. 80% CPU usage. Oh, wait. Okay. It's probably my GPU that's heating up, and then this isn't. Why are my fans not on? Why, this should be cooling right now. This should not, power buttons, display. That is not good. God, I hate Windows. Performance. I think it's because this web browser thing is trying to run off of the integrated graphics right here. And I think, oh wow, that CPU usage is really, really high for whatever reason. So I think it's thermal throttling, which is not. Why is Windows Defender running a check right now? Oh my God, I hate it so much. That's why. Okay, well, I am going to mention him, see if we can get a good deal for 5 students because I can't afford, I can't even afford $40 right now. Oh, God. I really, really hope he's open to, those fans should be running. Download Microsoft Surface. No, there is a fan in the tablet for cooling. I know that much. What? I'm really confused why the fan is not running on this. Okay. I have to run and get donuts before 6 p.m. That's going to be fun because I'm going to have to park like a solid 20-minute walk away from where this is at. This laptop, the battery lasts like a solid 12 hours. The battery is the single best thing about this computer. I love this computer so much. But Windows just acts weird sometimes. CPU overheating. Yeah, that's happening. Oh, there is no fan for the CPU. Apparently, it will thermal throttle at some point. Apparently, you can undervolt your CPU. Wow. Yeah, I think the issue is there's issues with Surface Books with the GPU disconnecting every so often. I think the GPU may be disconnected. That would explain why it's trying to use these integrated graphics right here for Chrome, which is probably causing it to overheat. It really should be using this NVIDIA card. Oh yeah, no, I have to, I need a good battery. I have to have a good battery because I am away from a charger a good bit because I am all over the place. Okay, but yeah, I may have to end this stream because I have to go pick up some shit. Also, I love wallpapers on this display. It's beautiful. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. 2 different viewers that were on here. Also, how's the microphone on this? I picked up like a $20 or $30 microphone on Amazon, and is it like any good? Let me get my shoes on. I live in a tiny ass room. But if the microphone is any good, I may do ASMR. I'll stick around for like a minute to see if there's a response, and then I'll have to end the broadcast. Let me check my Twitter. I'm addicted to Twitter. It's almost 2020. Can we get threaded conversations with a subject/title in Slack? Yeah, that's a mood. Yeah, Slack is awful. I hate it. The Windows app. I don't know if it was a $20 or a $40 one. I feel like it was a $40 one. I don't think the charges has gone through yet. I don't know. I think it was the Amazon Basics one, which I think is like 40 total. Glad it sounds good though. Yeah. Okay. ASMR. Whisper. Okay, I've heard the plosives on it are really bad, where you like, if you have like P sounds or like T sounds that blow puffs of air really fast, that might be. Oh, I can show you. Sorry, I can show your comment on screen. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to head out, but yeah, thanks for tuning in, Connor. I appreciate it. Sorry. All right. Bye. End broadcast.